Hey everybody, it's Corey from Thought Soldiers. So I wanted to talk about the 999 portal that is open today as we move into the full moon portal that is opening tomorrow through the full moon, through this Pisces full moon. And just kind of a day of honoring and remembering all the work we've done, working with all of our aspects, calling all those aspects in, retrieving those lost aspects, so we can be able to fully grow and expand into the best version of ourselves, and in full remembrance and in full alignment as we remove the veil and discover more of the truth of who we are in the I Am presence. So I'm going to go ahead and connect everyone to the light right now. So go ahead and let's call as much light down as possible. Take your awareness up 1,000 feet until you sense, see, or feel the central sun. Let's call this light down. And then I'm going to ask that all gatekeepers and guides, please to connect everyone resonating with this video to the crystalline Ascension grid, to the highest point possible. And there we go. Good. Okay, so yeah, it was an interesting night last night. Interesting weekend, doing a lot of energy work, a lot of I Reiki circles, as well as anchoring in more light into the region that I'm in, doing some grid work, a lot of astral work. So it's been a very interdimensional weekend, which lands us at this perfect point in time on 999 with full remembrance of where we are and who we are. And the neat thing about this time is we are closing out so much right now. The energies that have arrived, we have done a great job as a collective with being able to ride the wave, to let go. And those some are still resisting, a lot of us have finally landed at this point in time where we wanted to be, with the fifth dimensional or higher experience. And even though some of us came in with a little bit of mud on our shoes, and now we've got some collective stuff to clear up, it's a really beautiful time. I woke up this morning with this vision of this golden pyramid with the sun rising like right behind the pyramid, and it was like, wow, we're here, we've made it. People have landed here. Some people have been here for a little while now. But it was this full taking in a breath and honoring the entire process of what it's taken to get to this point in time. And remember that it all happens in your time. There's no judgment call about where you land in the space-time continuum as you are going through this process of ascension. We all have our own path and our own way, and I've found myself numerous times making comparisons or judging myself because I didn't have what another person had. I made that comparison. I wasn't there yet. And I think that's what helped to fuel this drive to do the inner work, to get to this point of my highest ideal, this point of purity, this point of pure photonic light, and trying to get there. Was that I really wanted to land in this new world. I wanted to land in this new level of awareness. I wanted to discover more of who I was. And so, I always say, please just don't make comparisons. Don't judge yourself for where you're at. But if it might just be the catalyst that some of us need in order to get here and to drop everything, drop all the luggage at the door, and to walk through. And so today is a day to really work with every aspect of yourself. Call on the elements. Call on your angels. Call on your guides. Call on your ancestors. Work with the multidimensionals. Call in the galactics. It seems to be a time of thanking the culmination of all aspects that work together in harmony to help us to integrate these energies to arrive at this point in time. And by no means are we finished. There is no end point here. It's just further growth, further evolution, further expansion. But what we are doing individually for the collective and for planet Earth is profound. It's the rise of the next golden age. And so, right now, take a look at where you were a day ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, and reflect. And take that time to be grateful that you've made it this far. It's been a very bumpy ride, that's for sure. It hasn't been easy, at least for me, with the baggage that I came here with and the things I signed up for. I by no means chose the easy route, and I dove headfirst into things that I didn't know I was going to dive into. I thought this was going to be all, as I like to say, puppy farts, rainbows, and sunshine, and it wasn't. It was actually a lot of tumultuous times, a lot of pain, a lot of regret, a lot of fear, a lot of losing myself, a lot of thinking I'm crazy, feel like I was never going to get to this point of clarity. And if you're going through that right now, if you feel like you're absolutely losing it and that you're not going to be able to get back to where you once were, I hate to tell it to you, but you're not. You're not going to be able to go back there. But where you are headed to is a beautiful place. And I feel like that's what happens as we're calling in all of these fragments of our being that have just been torn to shreds out into the universe because of these control systems, because of these darker things that have chosen to step in, because of the families we chose to come into, because of the experiences we chose to face in this density in order to arrive at this point in time. And when we call in those fragments, we lose more of the old self, but remember more of the who we are, the I am presence. And when I first heard of the I am presence, I didn't really get it. And people always told me, you're discovering who you are, remember who you are. And I was like, who am I? Am I a guitar player? Am I a peer support specialist? Am I royalty? Am I a reincarnation of, whatever major figure? It's just remembering that you are everything. And we're retrieving these aspects and pulling them back in right now to help patch up and strengthen our field and to weave the codes of Ascension into our field to see what threads are a mismatch, so we can now pull that thread out and bring in those codes in order to fill us up and to arrive at this point in time. And so take the time today, if you can, call in as much light into your being as possible. Call it in. Call it down from the central sun. Let this wave of light envelop you. Connect to the crystalline ascension pathway. Connect to the diamond light matrix. Connect to the grid. Connect to the solar grid. Call everything back into you and download what you need in order to get to the next phase of your development. And this is a new practice that I'm starting, is every morning I'm connecting throughout the day, but every morning I'm trying to download everything I need in order to fully grow, evolve, and to expand. And then I do this at night as well, so 2 times a day. I'm now calling in the downloads I need for Ascension, the downloads that are going to help me in my purpose. And I'm recognizing more and more that when I step into my purpose full time, and I just focus on nothing but the purpose and nothing but myself and nothing but my relationships that are in harmony now and nothing but strengthening my field, I am now becoming more abundant because I am feeling whole, and things are now arriving as a direct result of that. And so the beautiful thing about all of this, if you are getting stuck in this this lack, why isn't it here? You're in that transition period from one platform to another platform. You know that something great is coming your way, but it's not here yet. Take a time to engage in the wholeness of who you are in order to feel that expansiveness and to feel that strength, and then just watch miracle after miracle drop into your lap without you even looking. And because of that, it ignites this fire within you, this remembrance of magic, and this remembrance that your universe, your God, whatever you believe in, wants you to be free, wants you to be abundant, wants you to live a fascinating life. It wants you to call in all of these aspects. It wants you to rise above. It wants you to break the pattern. It wants you to ascend. It wants you to return home. And so right now you might feel your angel wings activating. You might start to see into realms that you haven't been able to see into before. You might be pulled out of body. You might increase sensitivity. And especially as we're coming up on this Piscean full moon that is coming up, your abilities are going to activate more. So me, I'm noticing that, my clairvoyance is increased astronomically. My clairsentience, my claircognizance, my telepathy is coming online, remembering how I'm working with energy. And it's try not to conceptualize it, because your soul knows what it's doing. It's just a matter of releasing the conscious mind, releasing the how is this happening, releasing the logic, and letting you take over what you already know. And then if you can take this information and you can start to filter it through your lens, through your filter, and to conceptualize it in order to explain it or try to help another individual, then by all means do so. But if you are seeing these aspects of yourself and you're seeing into other realms and you can feel it, you can sense it in the air that there's something more than just this very limited third dimensional self, open up your heart and try to accept your true being and honor it and love it. Because so many people I see these comments, how do I open my third eye? How do I open my third eye? How do I open my third eye? And I always say, open your heart first. Because when you open your heart, you can now see with love, unconditionally. You can accept with love. And you'll be more open to receiving. And maybe that's a learning lesson that you have to go through, is to open up and to kind of freak yourself to shut it back off, because that's what's happened to me. I've worked on just opening my third eye before and seeing into, because I thought, well, it's going to be this beautiful experience. But then you start to see truth. And not all truth is golden. There's some painful truths that we start to peer into as we awaken. But when you open your heart, you now open yourself to forgive all of those things, all of those dark, dark things that are going on in this world, that we are every single day breaking down and stopping those patterns. And that's what this 999 portal is also a culmination of the last 9 months of karma being balanced and repaid to us. But it's also finally forgiving everything that's happened in order to integrate the lesson and to rip up those contracts and to really reach that purified state of strength, of stability, strong foundations. Being able to be a kite in the storm, tethered and grounded, yet flying high, and as we are continually getting higher and higher and higher. And so call upon the elements today. Thank the wind. Thank the water. Thank the earth. Thank the fire. Go out into nature, dip your feet in the dirt. play, dance, love, laugh. Be proud of all the work you've done. And I do know how hard it is to dance, to play, to love, and to laugh when I'm integrating, or when I'm working through my shadow, or I'm holding up the weight of the world on my shoulders. And sometimes, at least I'm speaking of myself here, for people that have experienced a lot of darkness in their lives, it's very uncomfortable to laugh and to play. But this is where we're calling in that lost aspect, that childhood innocence of really taking a step back and being able to remember who we were before all the programming, before the trauma, before everything that happened to us. And so honor yourself today. Dance, play, laugh, smile. Share your light with the world. And you don't have to go and just give to share your light. All you have to do is embody it and be it and reflect it. Take off the cloak. You can't hide anymore who you are. We know you. The universe has snitched you out. We see you. But do you see yourself in all the greatness that you are? Because once you see that within yourself, you embody it, you reflect it out. And your energy is then like this cosmic wave that just gets pushed out into the astrals, gets pushed out into the world. And you're saying, I am here, and I am anchoring this. I am a being of light, and I am here to live the best version of myself, and to let other people, give them the opportunity by holding that space for them to find, to discover, and to be and embody who they truly are. So it's a very powerful day. I'm going to be spending the day just anchoring, doing some grid work, healing, moving energy around, playing with my guides, honoring the different beings and the different species and the different elements that I've worked with and that have helped me on my journey. Building that bond and thanking them for everything they've done. Because there's so much more happening outside of us than we are aware of. And as soon as you can start to see through that veil and lift it up and really open your eye to everything around you, you'll start to realize the significant amount of support that is around you at all times, that is helping you and guiding you and supporting you. And so I want to thank everyone for all your beautiful blessings you've given to me, all the wonderful comments, for just being you and giving me the opportunity to kind of hold that sacred space, to be able to have a platform, to be able to just share my truth. This update isn't anything major of what's going on that is profound on 999. It's just more of a remembrance of who we are, and to share the message that today I'm going to honor all aspects of me. And if you can share this opportunity with me, I'd love for you to join in this, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes. I do understand we've got families, we've got lives, we've got work, we've got other things that we need to do. But if you can just take that little bit of time and really feel your breath, feel your heart, and just be for a few moments in that state, that 15 minutes can ripple out for generations. Just honoring that one breath for yourself can slow down everything and can remove the monotony of the day-to-day for just 1 second. And take that second to really just go, this is who I am, and I am proud of who I am. And you're now doing that. You're doing that is going to offer that opportunity for another individual, and hopefully as a collective we can all go within today and just remember and be proud of who we are. So anyways, much love and respect to everybody out in the Webverse. Nothing super, complicated or or revealing in this message, but just wanted to put out a thank you message, and just a time to really spend the day being expanded, and then taking a step away from the healing and helping ourselves to integrate by just embodying who we are, even if it's only for a few moments today. So once again, much love and respect out to everybody in the Webverse. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hope everyone had a wonderful, safe weekend. And I will see you on the other side. Namaste.